And the first half of that last 3 minutes sings it, and then the second half until the end of the song he goes, I'm going to sing the high notes for you guys. And just goes all that for the last like minute and a half. It was my girlfriend was like, wear your Crocs. I was like, yeah, of course. Love my Crocs.
That's not professional.
Yeah, who cares?
Does she own Crocs?
No. Listen, I was super anti-Croc until my sister got them, and then I put on hers in a rush to go like get the mail one time, and I was like, hold on. These are pretty good.
Wait a minute.
This first song is a sad song. It's called Haunted, and the idea of it is that sometimes people like go out of your life, but part of them still sticks around. You know, their ghost kind of hangs out. So it goes like this. I can hear a leak in the downstairs wall. I can hear a voice coming down the hall. Somebody is sleeping in their bed upstairs. She's leaving in the morning, but I don't know where. But I can hear a voice as I fall asleep, singing my songs as it twists the sheet. I wake up in the morning to an empty bed. I know you stayed, but I wish you left. But I can see your face in the mirror walking. I try to call your name, but you don't like talking. You're pacing around rooms in a dying house. Well, honey, you're opening the doors, but you don't walk out. I heard you crying out in the dead of night. But you don't like the dark, so you turn on lights. I wake up in the morning and I hang my head. I know you stayed, but I wish you left. I know you stayed, but I wish you left. Woke up in the morning just before the sun. I caught myself staring at the wall again. There's something on my mind I don't understand. Well, honey, I'm feeling like my body don't fit my skin. But I can hear you breathing and it calms me down. I listen to the more when I leave this home. Well, I will spend the morning thinking on my own. The sun will come up and I'll be on the run. The sun will come up and I'll be on the run. Oh, I wish you well in the afterlife. Leave me alone so I can sleep at night. And maybe I will meet you when my time has come. But until then, leave me alone. And oh, I wish you well in the afterlife. Leave me alone so I can sleep at night. And maybe I will meet you when my time has come. But until then, leave me alone. But until then, leave me alone. But until then, leave me alone.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I like that. Luther was.
No, I liked it. No, because it gave the like ghosty vibes. Like something's like in the house.
What is it?
What is it?
Then I'm like, no, I get it. I get it now.
Yeah. I don't even know where I am.
Oh my god.
Stick your legs out.
Man.
It looks like it's like chill.
You know what you get. You know I can pull it. Yeah. Oh god. That's scary out there.
No, well, and the thing is, like, because like I said, I lived in Tennessee for a little bit, and I loved it. Like, I've got nothing bad to say about Tennessee. Like, people were so nice there. I never like came across anything like that, which was really cool. But then, but then in Washington,
Oh, he's right there.
he's just hanging out over here.
Oh. Wait. Hey.
Yeah. As he's like running around during the first song, I'm like, oh.
He's so cute. But also so.
He almost fell.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard him over
Oh
here.
no.
Very well.
It's scary.
You could take a nap back there, Luther.
He's vibing,
Yeah.
doing his thing.
Okay. Anyway.
Hey, buddy. He's trying to get back. I like how dark he is. Just a little shadow and then a couple of eyes popping through.
It's okay. Okay. Goodbay.
See you, buddy. Want to play something?
What you got?
One to four songs?
Fine.
No, he's just chilling. Shout out a cat. Just
Just go where you want.
Yeah, just wander around.
Okay, so say, you do need to say,
Wait,
maybe you can hold a cat and do it. Say
What's up?
who you are and other things by yourself. You do have to say, you say your name and,
The who, what, where, when.
yeah.
The who,
Okay.
what, when, where. Who, what, when?
Who,
Who,
Why?
what, where, when. Why?
and how.
Yes, yeah.
How?
Okay. Hello. My name is Erick Irons. It's ERICKIRONS. I say that because I've been to open mics where there's like 3 Ericks on the list, and I'm like, no, mine's with a CK. Yeah, Erick Irons is me. I am a Washington native. I grew up here. I grew up in a little town called Port Orchard, which is kind of, a lot of people don't know it, because it's a pretty little, who cares kind of town. That's mean. It's, I don't want to sound mean-spirited, but I just know I'm happy that I left. Yeah, so I grew up in Port Orchard, and then my mom, who was the coolest person ever, she, with her 5 kids, went back to school. She was a single mother. 5 kids, and she got into UW, so then she moved us out to Seattle, in the University District, and became a pharmacist, and is just kicking ass now. She's so cool lady. Get a lot of inspiration from her. I was in California the last few years.
What were you doing in California?
Nothing. I got out of a long relationship, and she lived just on the street from me, and I was like, I can't be here. So my sister and her husband lived in Temecula, California. So I went down there to be with them, and I was like, maybe I'll do music, but California is so big and just so like hot, and there's so many people that I was just getting burned out, you know, and so I just kind of, instead of doing music, I just like hung out with people and made friends, went to the beach. I got to swim in the beach when it like was all blue, like when the like all the bioluminescent stuff happened. That was like definitely one of the top like 10 coolest things I've done. Yeah. So then I moved up here, and I've been back in town for like 4 months now, and I've just been trying to do music and enjoying like it not being 80 degrees every single day. And it sounds crazy, but like I love the rain. Like I love the bad weather. I really do. It's so beautiful. I love falling asleep to it, cracking the window like at night. You like put like 3 blankets on you. And it's like just cold from like here, but that's it. Like that's enough. Like it's fine. So I've just been playing music and making friends, like hitting a bunch of open mics. I remember why I started saying that. My mom, she's my one of my big like inspirations for like just like keeping going. Just like go, like do as much as you can do. So whether that's like hitting like 3-4 open mics a week, recording, like meeting people, doing stuff like this. He is going for it right now.
This is the part I'm talking. I'm sorry.
He's doing it.
This is the part I'm talking about. No.
Like I said, I have a cat. I get it, buddy. What's the matter, man? Do you need to talk? We've got the cameras here. Come on.
Some confessions.
I know some confessions.
Of Luther.
Confessions of a house cat. That could be a book. Confessions of a house cat.
That's probably a book.
I bet.
Somewhere.
What would it say? You know that book where it's like hi God, it's me, Gina, or whatever, or like.
Hello, God, it's me, Margaret.
Yeah, that one. It can be like, hello. I don't know, litter box, it's me, Luther. That's gross. Sorry guys. This next song I'm gonna play is a little more upbeat. It's a song called "What She Do," and it's a love song I wrote a long time ago. Long time ago. It's called "What She Do." It goes like this. The sounds are good and everything. I'm just a man, the start of my life. I ain't got no money, baby, no house and no wife. But I don't need no physician to tell me I'm fine, and no politician keep me in line. But I like what she say to me, and I like what she do, yeah. I got no position on the way of the times, but I believe you get out what you're giving. Fight when you fight, yeah. And don't you know I get tired too, and I got holes in my shoes, but it's like these days I'm especially blue. But I know I'll be good, cause I like what you say to me, and I like what you do, yeah. I like when she holding me and kissing me too. And when I'm tired, she makes me feel brand new. I like what she say to me, and I like what she do. Oh yeah, I like what she say to me, and I like what she do, yeah. She said she'll end up dying with no regret. The Sunday soon it all ends. I'm lost in my head. She always brings me back again. I don't think that she knows that I need her the way that I do. I like what she say to me, and I like what she do, yeah. I like when she holding me and kissing me too. And when I'm tired, she makes me feel brand new. I like what she say to me, I like what she do, oh yeah. I like what she say to me, and I like what she do, yeah. I like when she holding me and kissing me too. And when I'm tired, she makes me feel brand new. I like what she say to me, and I like what you do. Oh yeah, I like what you say to me. And I like what you do. I like what you say to me. And I like what you do, yeah. I like what you say to me. And I like what you do. Thank you.
Nice, nice.
Nice. And then, have you guys been like involved with it like since the beginning, or you guys?
Well, I met them through a band that we both know mutually.
Okay.
How did you guys meet Balcony Bridge? Was that just kind of because they play everywhere?
Japera heard him at Cafe Racer too, and just put him up on Instagram.
Oh, okay.
I just know the guitarist, the guy with the gold Les Paul. He came
Sean.
to Blue Moon one time, Sean.
Yeah.
He just like got on stage and just like shredded for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Then was like, "Thank you, like I'm part of Balcony Bridge."
Oh, cool.
Yep, that's my time.
Oh, cool. Yeah. They're very fun.
Yeah.
They're fun
They
guys.
seem like a cool bunch.
And I'm only affiliated because I'm friends with Japera, and I've gone to Cafe Racer with her before. And she needed help with just like a second camera at Balcony Bridge this one time, so I went with her. And then since then, she's kind of been like, "Do you want to hang out?" And I'm like, "Sure."
Heck
I don't
yeah.
know anything about videography. I like music, so I just kind of sit.
I love that. You're like
Yeah.
along for the ride,
Yeah.
like doing your thing.
Pretty much. No
I'm here for a
responsibilities.
good time.
Yeah.
God, that's so great. Chilling. Oh, who is? Hold on, my sister's FaceTime me. Can I just show her what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So I can't talk. I'm hanging out with some people. Look, let me show you. Like this is Aaron. This is Japera and Grayson.
Hi.
Grayson. They're recording me for a little video. This is the one who tried to do the push-up in the middle of the street. And, that's the one. But I love you. I'll talk to you later.
I'm happy that you're doing a video, but you can fuck off.
Okay. Bye, I love you.
I love you.
It's my little sister.
She sounds fun.
She's pretty cool. I got two more. They're both pretty short. This is another cheesy song that I wrote in high school. About the same girl. It's called Ugly Sweaters. She's like a rush of wind, but one that comes and goes. She takes my broken wing. She fixes me up, she fixes my heart, she fixes my soul until I'm strong again. But hearts are like young children, tripping, falling, bumping, and stumbling until I need her again. 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 And oh, I like her a lot. Oh, I like her a lot. I say out, trip and fall. I say pain, she says how. About I kiss it and make it better. But you and I can wear ugly sweaters and you, and I'll be safe and warm. She can be passive, aggressive, crazy, but please don't change. She's my baby, just as lazy. When she smiles, you know she lights up her room, warm as June. But she's something else entirely. She is the one who's loving me. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 I like her a lot. Oh, I like her a lot. I say out, trip and fall. I say pain, she says how. About I kiss it and make it better. You and I can wear these sweaters and you and I I say thank you, she says how about I kiss it to make it better. You and I can wear ugly sweaters in you, and I'll be safe in you, and I'll be safe in you, and I'll be safe in you. Yeah, that song. That was one of those songs that I was like, it's just a bedroom song. But then people were like, oh, we like that one. You should play it more. And I was like, okay, I can do that.
Did you say a bedroom song?
Like a bedroom song, like one that you would just like ever played in your bedroom, you know?
Oh.
Not like a bedroom song.
I didn't think that either. I think the first thing I thought was just like music you play, like music you play in your bedroom. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I turned on like my speaker and then,
Oh, like there's
I
like
was like-
bedroom music or
like it's
something
a
like
type
that.
of.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, no, but these are songs that I'm like, I've only ever just like played in my bedroom or like in the mirror, like but not in like front of people, and then people are like, oh, I like that, and I'm like, cool, I can probably swing that. So I don't know. I guess now the why. It started from a very young age. I'm joking. I don't know. I just I like to play music. The big reason I like to play music is I wouldn't consider myself a great guitarist. I just like to write. So I usually have something to say, but not necessarily in like a, I'm gonna change the world kind of way. It's like writing for me is very much like making a journal entry, you know. And so like that song "Ugly Sweaters" is very like, even though I don't feel that way about that girl from back then, it is kind of nice. It's like cracking open an old journal and being like, oh, like this is like one of my favorite passages. Like this is, you know, something that like meant a lot to me at a different time. And even though I don't feel that way anymore, it's nice to remember how I used to be, and you know. So that's kind of what it's like. It's like this like point in time that I get to write and like revisit. And then I have other songs like "Haunted," for example. I know that like I'm not the only person who's felt like that, and so then it goes from being, oh, hey, you remember this time when you were feeling like this? You wrote this song, and now you're playing it, and now maybe someone else will hear it and be like, oh shit, like I'm not alone. Like he's literally saying this thing that I've like felt but haven't been able to articulate properly. And so I'm like if I can reach anyone that way, that is a bonus.
We've talked about that on the show before, about like playing. I mean, I don't really write a lot of music, but Claire does. And when we've talked to artists and been like, oh yeah, I played this song and it was about this thing, but someone then came to me and was like, oh, this part really like, I connected with that a lot. And
Yeah.
you're like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
Even though you're like, that's not what it's about, but
Yeah.
you know, like you make it what you want. If somehow that connected with you, like that's cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's like what's cool about being an artist, and it's because I don't know, like you don't have to be an artist to appreciate art, you know, to like feel something from it. And then like I just feel lucky that I get to like make it and appreciate it too, because like I go to a bunch of open mics and I hear like my friends are like, they like write new songs and they like put stuff out that I'm like dang, like, and I've never thought about that way. Like you just said this thing. You just grabbed them and just
Took a
so
chunk out of
good.
my arm. Luther, I will make you leave.
You're like, I will drop you down the
I'll
ladder.
banish you. I will.
But like my friend, he had a song the other day that he had played it before, but I like heard it that day and I was like, oh my god, like that's such a good line. It was like, he's talking about a breakup and he said something like, don't wait for me because I didn't wait for you. And I was like, oh my god, like, whoa, come on, man. Then there's another guy. So that first song was my friend Alfred. The other guy, there's a guy named Javis, and he has a song, super cool, like hip-hoppy, like acoustic-y. And he has this line where he says, we're nothing but moon dust and starshine. Like,
come on, man, like, I wish I was mine. Like, that's so
You
good.
can't
Like,
take
that's
that
so cool.
from me.
No, but I'm like, I love that, because I'm like, he says, like, people just say different things, that I'm like, even like, as an artist, like, I wouldn't think to like write something cool like that, and but then they're thinking the same thing toward me. They're like, oh, I really like that line. And I'm like, really? Like, that's crazy that you like connect with it, the way like I connect with your stuff. So it's one of my favorite like reasons why like I like playing music and running the circuit and meeting people and just connecting. That's the why. That's for you. That's for Grayson.
What's the how? What is even the how of that?
Oh, I'll tell you the how. I learned drums first because I was like 14, 15, and in my head I was like, man, like girls are gonna love a guy where I'm like on stage, I like rip off my shirt, and I'm like, 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, you ever watch Scott Pilgrim vs. the World?
Yeah.
You know, when like Ken's like, we are sex the bomb, 1, 2, 3, 4. I was like, yeah, that's what I wanted to do. And then I like didn't have a drum set. The drum set was like at the church up the street, and I didn't like them that much, so I didn't like going up there. And then I like broke my ankle, and so I like was stuck at home for a little bit, and we had like a guitar, and I was like, okay. And now like guitar's done a lot more for me than like I ever thought it would have, and yeah, and so that's kind of the how, is I didn't plan on doing it, but I was like bored enough where I was like, okay, I'll learn how to play guitar, and so I did, and then and then that just kind of became a tool for like writing, you know, because like I said, like writing is the big thing for me. Like I like to write songs, I like to write stories, I like to write poems, I like to journal. You gonna hang out with me again?
How long had you been like writing for?
Not long, and really like everything that I had written before like 5 years ago is just hot garbage. It's just not good. Like, and it was just like a lot of like I tried to write about things that I just didn't even know about, because I was like, oh, this is cool. This, you know, this will sound good. Like I wrote a song about drinking before I had ever had any alcohol because I was like, oh, this will be rad. And it wasn't. It was so bad. It was so stupid. So then, I don't know, just over time, I just, like, especially like once I moved to California, a lot of my favorite songs kind of have come from that, and a lot of ones that like still mean a lot to me, have meant a lot to other people, have come from that time. And now I don't have any like drinking songs, but I have slipped a couple drinking lines into songs that I can actually relate to and don't sound stupid, because I'm like, I know how it goes. And one last thing, I do like to write about specific things, because since it's like writing in a journal, I like addressing like actual like I like dropping names, locations. So like one of my songs I have, the chorus, it's about when I was living in Mexico for just a short amount of time, and me and my friends drove up from Mexico to Washington to go to a wedding. And the chorus, it says, and we all fell asleep, me leaning on David and Esther leaning on me. And that was it. And so I'm like, I like it because even if I have kind of forgotten about that moment, I can sing that song, and I'm like, oh, like I remember being in the back of the car and like all of us like smushed together. But the reason why I brought that up, there's a line that says, home, you've meant so much to me. I don't see you in my room like I see you inside of me. You're everywhere I've been, you're everywhere I haven't. You are playing cards and getting drunk, hungover morning afters. And I'm like, that's a line that you're like, okay, this guy's probably actually been hungover like in the morning instead of like the bullshit I've written in the past. But there you go. This last song is very short. It's a song I wrote about my friend Danny, who passed away a few years ago. She was a friend that I had in Tennessee, and she was one of my favorite people there, and she made being there really easy. And this is a song called Don't You Go. It goes like this. I can see a cigarette
burning on your lips. There's fire on your tongue and smoke in your head. If you're lost in thinking, it comes as no surprise, 'cause I can see a childhood reflected in your tired eyes. But we stayed up late talking about mistakes that we both made. But don't you go, don't you go. Thank you. That's all I got for you guys.
Yeehaw.
Does that work? Yeehaw?
Yeah, that was great.
That's good. Awesome.
That's perfect.
Heck yeah.
So is your plan, I know a lot of people's plan with music is just, you know, like, just keep playing around. You play shows and stuff?
Yeah, I just have so I've been in town about 4 months, and I've been doing open mics for about a month and a half. And I was gonna have my first show April 16th at the Hidden Door, opening for my buddy Kyle Nicholas. But my actual first show came about a week and a half ago. My friend John Walzer from a little group called The Rain Station, he texted me and he goes, "Hey man, I was supposed to play this set at Substation, but I'm in the ER. Do you want to play it?" And I'm at Starbucks, like, working. Like, I'm, like, in the back doing, like, inventory. And I'm like, let me try to move some stuff around. And, like, sure, like, I can do it. And he, like, sends me this message, like, an hour and a half before sound check. And so I, like, got it covered. And, like, rushed home, like, threw on different clothes, like, grabbed my guitar. Was like, okay, what songs can I do? I can do like this song. And so then I like drove over to the place, did sound check, and like played like my first show like a week and a half ago, and it was awesome. I wrote the set list in Sharpie on the back of my hand.
Nice.
So like as I'm like changing the cape, I'm like, thank you guys. I'm Erick Irons. This next song is that. And,
Cheat sheet.
yeah, exactly. And I told John that, and he was like, why don't you just like write it on a piece of paper and put it at your feet? And I'm like, oh, but like people don't do that. As I'm on the stage and I look, and the like headliner has the song list like on a piece of paper, and I'm like, God damn it! Like I could have done that. Yeah, so I'm really excited about that. So that was my first one. Then I'll play on the April 16th at 8 o'clock, and then I have an artist showcase at Connor Byrne Pub on June 1st, and then I have another singer-songwriter showcase June 29th. So I'm starting to get rolling now. I'm starting to play shows, and people are like, "Hey, like I like you. Like, do you want to like play for me?" And I'm like, "That just is my like favorite thing." And yeah. So I'm excited to like keep going and keep plugging away and keep being like, he's got a hair tie. I'm so sorry. I was like, look at him. He's doing his thing.
Go get him.
Yeah, he's like no.
Oh yeah, that's cool. So you got gigs now.
I got gigs now.
Okay.
And I'm just the first one. I felt shaky, but people said it was fine. I played for 3 people, and I was like, bring it on. Like it's only gonna be more as time goes on. You know.
That's very true.
One of my favorite bands is Bleachers, Jack Antonoff, and he like did this little like documentary where it was like, yeah, I was playing to like friends and family, like just anyone who would like come support me, and now I'm like going to see him in Vancouver in June, and I'm like, I love that, you know, like if you just keep going and like just keep working hard, then eventually, you know, like it'll pay off. And it's like my brother said to me one time, he was like if you stick to things long enough, things will start sticking to you. And I'm like, come on, like let's go. So that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
and also just if you have, I don't know, if you always have people to play to, regardless if it's like people you know or not, then eventually like those people also know people, and
Yeah.
those people know people, and like.
Yeah. And that's what's so cool about the music scene in Seattle. that I found is I was worried when I would start doing music that like I'd feel, I'm like, cause like you go to like Amoeba Music or any like record store and you're like, never heard of this person, never heard of this person, you know? And so I was worried that I was gonna start doing music and then just be this like drop in this like huge like ocean of musicians. But it hasn't felt like that. It's really felt like this really cool community where like you go to open mics, you see the same people who are all like doing the same thing you are, and instead of feeling washed out and like you're just blending in, it just feels like we're all like encouraging each other. Like I get so happy when like my fellow musicians like find success, and I know that happens for me when like it's happening for me too, and so that's what I really like about Seattle is this like really like cool like close-knit like people, and there's a lot of like cool music history here. So yeah, so I like being here, and I take a lot of pride, like Seattle pride, you know. Yeah, so I take a lot of pride in it. There's a lot of cool history, a lot of cool people, and from house shows to like grungy little dive bars, you know, like it's all just like people are trying to play music because they like are passionate about playing music. Like whereas when I was in California, it just felt like a lot of people were like, oh, I'm trying to get famous, like and like and like I want to get paid, like I wanted, if I could play music like for the rest of my life and that be my job, I'd love that. But I don't know, like in LA, it just feels like they're like, I'm playing music so that I like get rich, so that I like get famous, all this stuff. And I know that's not necessarily true, but Seattle, it just feels more small, like tight knit, like homey, and I really like that.
Also, just LA's like known for music and film and all those things, and it's like people were like, I moved to LA to pursue music, and you're like, you can do that anywhere. And in fact, wouldn't you rather be in a place that like has a legitimate, like well spoken for community?
Yeah, you can like, if people start knowing who you are, like in Seattle, like that carries a lot of weight too. And I'm like, you can still go to LA, like try to book shows and everything, and without having to live in LA. So many people who are like living in these tiny apartments, and they're like, yeah, like I got sunburned like last night, and like it hurts, but like, you know, like that's California, like that's LA, like all this stuff, and I'm like, I'm gonna go back to Seattle, you know, like I'm gonna go be able to like my apartment over in like Santa Ana, I was paying the same amount as I'm paying now. It was a studio, me and my girlfriend, and now we have like twice as much room. We're paying the same amount. We're getting paid more. Like I'm like, why am I like forcing myself to like be down there? And there's a line in another song that I had where it was talking about that, where I felt like if I wanted to like make it down there, like I had to like be torturing myself, like being down there. When I was trying to decide between moving or not, I like was working on the song, and there's a line where it says, it feels like if I don't leave, I'll be losing a part of me, but if I go, they'll say that I gave up too fast. And I was like super torn between those two things, because I was like, I don't want to stay here and just like collapsing on myself, you know, feeling like I have to be here. I was like, but I also don't want to leave. And then people would be like, oh, well, you just didn't have what it takes. And then at a certain point, I don't know like what it was, like that like washed away, and I was like, fuck that, like I'm gonna go be where like what's comfortable for me, because like why am I gonna be uncomfortable in this life? So now I'm in Seattle, and I love it. So yeah, so I love it here, and it's just and I'm still doing the things I love, and I don't feel like any part of my passion has diminished, or any part of my potential has, you know, diminished, and it's nice, you know.
That's lovely.
Yeah, so you can find my music on Spotify, Apple Music. Erick Irons, just ERICKIRONS. I've got some stuff on SoundCloud. It's all pretty rough though. So I steer people toward the Spotify and Apple Music. Artist showcase at the Connor Byrne on June 1st. I don't know the other ones, so I'm gonna leave that out into the ether. Okay. Yeah, I don't know, that's about it. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward.
Instagram, Facebook.
Oh my god, yeah. Just Erick. It's all Erick Irons, just ERICKIRONS. Thankfully, like, I have a pretty unique last name, and pretty unique name spelling, so it's like, if you type in Erick Irons, then usually I'm the first person that pops up. Yeah. Anything else? Is that good?
Great.
Yeah.
What is it? Come on in the shack. We make some slaps. Come to the slap shack. We'll feature your music. Come on in the shack. We make some slaps. Get your slaps on the slap shouldn't today. Slap shack.
Luther's like, oh God, what's happening?
You don't get to play up here anymore. You're all done.
That's it.
Yeah, she's bitch.
Wow. Oh my God, he
Give me
did.
a
I
gun.
can see it's red from here.
Right?
Did he get you on the upper forearm too? Other side, flip it. No. drop it
Where's
down,
there?
Flip it and
That might have
reverse
been
it.
from him.
Yeah. Thank you so much for letting me hang out and talk a bunch.
Thank you for coming to a stranger's house
Yeah.
at night in
You're like, we are going to murder you now, but thanks for
in my nice attic.